about that. All right, what is up, everybody? This is the official season two kickoff night. So this is pretty exciting. The match we've got upcoming here. This is Red Star Missile versus Team Royalty. Both these teams are in placement matches, but they are two very good teams. So definitely looking forward to this one. Red Star Missile actually is on a bit of a personal note. The founder and captain of the team is actually a former teammate of ours, Wolf, who used to be on the Tiny Fuppets. We used to have many members on our team, probably way too many. I imagine he probably didn't get as much playing time as he liked, so decided to take some initiative, go out there and start his own team, and it definitely looks like it's quite a strong team. So going to be looking forward to this one. But the lobby is all set up. Both teams are ready, and we're just waiting to get the draft underway. So I'm going to switch over to that here real quick. So I'm just making sure that everything is all good with, let's see here. It looks like there might be a couple of little issues with the draft. Just trying to get those all resolved here. Uh, so what I'm being told is that okay, this looks like it works for me. Anyway, sorry about that. So when I'm giving out the draft links, they're telling me that there's no ready button. But whenever I go to the links that I'm giving out, let's see here. Both teams ready up? Okay, so Red Star is ready. We're just waiting on Team Royalty to ready up. Yeah, so we actually had a meeting about the drafting when we had cheer league had our little had a little preseason meeting to kind of go over cast and everything. And one of the things we discussed was the drafting system. It was kind of put up for discussion whether or not we should continue with using Top Drafter or use the or use the internal drafting, the in-game draft. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. So we actually discussed whether or not we wanted to continue using Top Drafter or use the in-game drafter. Okay, it looks like we're all set. But anyway, just to finish the story real quick, we decided to go with Top Drafter. I think I was the only one who was advocating for using the in-game draft. The reason we ended up not being able to do that is because you could draft particular hero, and then that was locked to a particular player. You couldn't draft Falstad and then later figure out, oh, who are we going to have play this guy? It was locked to whoever locked it in. Okay, is everything going here? But one of the reasons that I was pushing for the in-game draft system is because I think it cuts down on technical issues and confusion, and we're seeing a little bit of that now. So, but anyway, I think we're all underway. Considering that Zool and Li Ming were just banned out, it looks like everything is now working. It's now working appropriately. So, Red Star Missile, they now have first pick. With their first ban, they decided to ban out Zool. Very strong hero on this map. But they're actually going to go with Illidan with their first pick. Very strong hero. Excuse me. I think pretty much there's a 3-hero top tier at the moment. It does seem to be Illidan, Zool, and Li Ming. So if you ban out one of those two, you're basically guaranteed to at least get one of them. You can ban out Zool, they can ban out Li Ming, and then you get Illidan, or you can ban out Illidan, they can ban Zool, you get Li Ming, and so on and so forth. But Illidan, great hero on this map, great ability to sustain with all the healing he gets from his auto attacks, and he can also have some global presence. If he takes a hunt, he can easily teleport from one shrine to another by basically diving in across the map on an enemy team member. But Murden picked up by Team Royalty. Probably a little bit early to be picking up a warrior, but he is definitely a very strong hero, and I think it does a very good job of dealing with Illidan too. So probably smart to lock him in. They also decided to lock in Thrall, so they're going to have a strong solo top laner. But Red Star Missile, they answer right back and grab a solo laner of their own. They grab Zagara, and they also grab Falstad. So far, a very strong laning presence from Red Star Missile, and they also have just a lot of global presence between Illidan and Falstad. So great ability to really zip from shrine to shrine. Can easily grab a shrine, go fly over to the dragon. So is now Team Royalty's turn to ban. I would expect a warrior or support ban here. Red Star Missile have not picked up either of those. I wouldn't expect them to go a warriorless comp like UT Arlington and Here's the Dorm, but I could definitely see a support ban here. It might want to ban out Rhaegar possibly. Basically any kind of support who's going to go well with Illidan. Maybe Uther. Because Illidan with Divine Shield is a very scary thing. Maybe Lieutenant Morales. But they are really dipping into their time pool here. I wonder if there's some kind of issue. Here, let's just try refreshing the page. Okay, ended up being ETC. Which does make sense. ETC with Mosh Pit could be very scary. Mosh Pit along with Illidan and Falstad and Zagara just going ham could be really bad news. Plus, Red Star Missile has not picked up a support yet, and that could easily be Uther, who pairs very well with ETC. But Red Star Missile, they very wisely choose to ban out Brightwing. In addition to the global presence, of which Team Royalty has none at the moment. Brightwing, very good counter against Illidan. She has all kinds of... Polymorph is just really great on any kind of hero who just dives your team. They dive on you, and then you turn them into a piggy, turn them into a squirrel, turn them into a sheep, and then they're helpless for the duration of that polymorph. And you can take talents to make that little polymorph creature vulnerable, so they end up taking more damage, or you can extend the length of that polymorph. But in any case, while they're polymorph, they're not healing, they're not damaging, they're not doing anything. They're just in a very vulnerable state while in the middle of the enemy team. But we do see Rhaegar picked up for Team Royalty. Still the top support in the game, which is a little bit crazy. Despite all the nerfs, despite not being able to cast Ancestral Healing himself, still hanging in there, still doing a great job. Well, I would expect them to pick up a couple damage healers, but we actually see Sylvanas picked up, which is an interesting pick on this map. Okay, I think I actually see what they might be thinking here. They might want to be using Sylvanas to mind control Illidan, or maybe Zagara, Falstad. But basically, Sylvanas is really strong at the moment, She can basically take over someone's mind and just walk them into her team so that they're completely out of position. I don't know that Illidan cares about that all that much, because he kind of prefers to be in the middle of the team anyway. As long as he's in the middle of the team doing damage and hitting things, he's healing, he's lowering his cooldowns, and it's just really a big pain to deal with. But Uther and Johanna picked up as the last couple picks for Red Star Missile. Now, they are still going to have Uther for Divine Shield with Illidan, which will prevent him from being polymorphed or damaged in any way. It'll give him a chance to recover his health as well. So Uther and Illidan is a very strong pairing. And the last pick is going to be Jaina for Team Royalty. So very strong pick. Kind of going to be the sole assassin on the team, kind of the sole damage dealer. So that's it's going to be interesting. Is it going to be enough damage? We shall see. Illidan is going to be tough to take down. But cool. So this is exciting. This is the first season 2 match of the night. First match I'll be casting for season 2. If I mentioned already, these teams are both in placement matches, but both very good teams, very high MMR teams, which, you know, doing the homework, really learned a lot about them. So almost everyone's ready, just waiting on a couple more. So you may have noticed, we also have a cool new ticker at the bottom, a little ESPN style ticker. So it shows these teams that are playing, the score, as well as the scores of the other, some of the other matches that are taking place tonight. For instance, it looks like Power Rainer took down House of Ches, so really cool stuff. But with that, we are underway. So let's switch over to this. So, the Captain Wolf, he is on Zagara. Verlos is on Illidan. Azure Zataku is on Falstad. Deathpone on Uther. And Surreal 151 on Johanna. And the Captain Mr. Smallville is on Sylvanas. Baby Jesus on Jaina. Harvester on Thrall. Skrilla on Rhaegar. And Turd Ferguson on Muradin. Turd Ferguson with a V. That's someone I know that I've played with on in Heroic a couple times. He's a very good player. Very memorable name too. Who can forget a name like Turd Ferguson with a V? So. But yeah, so this map is going to be Dragonshire. This is a map that relies heavily on controlling both shrines, so if you have these global mobility characters like Brightwing, Falstad, who could just zip around from shrine to shrine and keep them under control, it's highly valuable for your team.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
So I would expect to see Thrall and Zagara kind of duking it out on the top lane with possibly a 4-man rotation in the middle and bottom lanes, but it's looking like this is not going to happen right now. Might have Zagara go in the bottom lane.
10 seconds.
And I think generally the soul laners go in the top because it's a little easier to spot incoming ganks. I think the distance between the middle and top lanes is a little bit more than the middle and bottom lane, so a little bit safer. But we do see Zagara going to the bottom lane. So we have a 5-on-4 in the middle lane, but it's looking like everyone is going to get away just fine. No one is going to go down, and Zagara has free reign to set up her creep. I would like to maybe see her set up creep in these bushes, and maybe around here, just so she has some visibility. Spot incoming ganks. But we just see Thrall up in the top lane. Sorry, Harvester up in the top lane on Thrall. But little 4-man rotation coming down to try and gank Wolf, but it's not going to pay off right now. Surreal looks like maybe going to try and hold the middle lane. Oh, actually Thrall ends up falling. Got picked off, and it's looking like Illidan might be in some trouble too. But Verlus manages to get away. The Haunting Wave not going to finish him off. But it's looking like we're seeing some... it's like we're seeing just everyone kind of stay in their lanes from Red Missile, whereas Team Royalty, it's looking like they're going with an aggressive 4-man rotation. Leaving Thrall in the top lane, but the rest of them are making rotation. And Zagara might be in some trouble here. Yeah, Wolf out of creep, being body blocked by Baby Jesus on Jaina, and he ends up falling, so... We're really seeing these aggressive rotations pay off for Team Royalty. Thrall in a bit of trouble, but he's going to be able to win sheer away. He's not going to fall. So we're seeing Skrilla stay in the middle to do a bit of soaking. He definitely wants to be present for this minion wave when it gets to the towers, or when he finishes them off. Just so they don't fall behind on any experience. But Wolf in a bit of trouble here. Clutch heal comes down from Uther. And it's looking like they're going to be okay. But Rhaegar shows up, so that becomes a 4-on-4. But it's looking like Zagara is unfortunately going to fall. Getting picked up, having a bit of a rough time here in the early game, but both shrines are under control by Red Star Missile, so they're no danger of losing the Dragon Knight as a result. Falstad trying to channel it, but that's just not gonna fly. But he's at least threatening it. So we do see the bottom shrine go back over to Baby Jesus. Deathbone waiting in the middle, but probably not a lot Uther can do to take down Jaina. But both shrines now under control of Team Royalty, so a bit of a scary situation. Both teams are pretty much even on experience, and so no clear advantage for one team at this particular moment. But both shrines now being controlled by Red Star Missile, but Illidan might be in some trouble here. Ooh, oh wow. Very, very clutch job. I forget the name of that move where he can dive over to things, but manages to get out of there just in time. So we just see top 2 in the top lane by Team Royalty, so it's going to be difficult for them to... It's going to be difficult for Red Star Missile to take it back over. So it looks like we're having a bit of a trade with the shrines. We see top being recaptured by blue and bottom being recaptured by red. So I think both teams are happy with the moment. So Illidan's grabbing that camp there. Unfortunately, they're maybe going to miss out on a little bit of soak there. Oh, never mind. This minion wave stopped those guys from getting into the cannons, so worked out just perfectly for Red Star Missile. Yeah, we actually see them now with a slight XP lead, but they need a bit of a... It's 3-on-1 down here, but Zagara doing a good job of staying back. Sorry, Wolf doing a good job of staying back. Not going to be picked off, not overextending. But we're going to see the top shrine be picked up by Harvester. Don't think this is going to result in any kind of Dragon Knight, or or even the shrine being capped, as Deathbone shows up to create a 2-on-1 situation, so Harvester wisely chooses to back off. Ooh, and that Ghost Wolf, I might have been the wrong direction, might have been trying to put that out on Thrall, but that's okay, he manages to get away. Maybe he was trying to wind shear away and accidentally hit the wrong button. It's okay, it happens. But Turd Ferguson keeping Zagara off of that shrine. And with Baby Jesus on Jaina being right there with him, definitely have the numbers advantage. Definitely enough to keep Zagara off and thinking of trying to reclaim the shrine. Well, oh, we see a 4-on-2 here. Jaina might be going down, and down she goes. But unfortunately, we had the similar situation happen, I believe, in the top lane. We did see Falstad fall to Sylvanas and Thrall. So a 1-for-1 trade And, you know, this is kind of the nature of this map. It's a lot of dancing around. It's a lot of posturing. It's a lot of denying. It can be a very difficult thing when both teams are evenly matched, which is what I expect with these two teams to actually secure Dragon Knight. But we do see level 10 picked up by Red Star Missile, so they do have a small window of opportunity here to really force something. We'll see if they try and take it here. This is a 2-on-1 in the middle. Along with ultimates. Fortunately, that Maw not going to connect on Muradin. It was a smart Maw, though. They could have zoned out Muradin and then focused their attention on Sylvanas. Maybe picked her and then ultimately capped the Dragon Knight. But fortunately, that window has been lost by the level 10 window has been lost. A big silence going down on Illidan. Perhaps a bit of an ill-timed Divine Shield. It looked like he was not in any real danger. Maybe a bit of a panic, but fortunately that is going to be on cooldown for quite some time. Let's see, is this one Divine Shield? No, that's Devouring Maw. But we do see a 5-on-4 and control of the Bull Shrine, so we could see a Dragon Knight go down here. It might take one or two more picks. But that is a very strong gust to try and keep everyone away and give them time to channel. Unfortunately, Muradin was down below. But Turd Ferguson in a lot of trouble here. I think he's going to go down. He goes down, and not only that, but the Dragon Knight is picked up by Azure Otaku.
Hero slain.
Or Azure Zataku. But we see the first Dragon Knight of the game go over to Red Star Missile, who not only has the Dragon Knight, but they also have the experience lead. And they're going to have a nice structure lead here, too. They're almost certainly going to get this cannon tower up here. Maybe threaten some of the other lanes. Illidan had been down there. Looks like he has backed off. But we see that tower go down. I'm guessing this dragon probably not going to get much more done. Only about 20 seconds left, and not much health left. Only about 25%. So gonna hope to maybe clear out this wave and maybe get the fountain. But more importantly, just kind of stall for the rest of their team to do some pushing in the middle lane. So yeah, I mean, strong push. Usually you don't expect to get too much done with the first Dragon Knight. They did get a few towers. It allows some good split pushing to happen. Illidan and Zagara both managed to do some work in that lane. I would expect a strong play on that fountain, and probably the top fountain too, but this bottom one is just so low, and clearing out the fountains just really hurts your ability to sustain around the shrines. Fortunately, Jaina picked off somewhere. Sorry, not sure where that happened. I would guess maybe the middle lane. But Verlust with a strong hunt on Sylvanas. Not sure where Sylvanas' Unstoppable came from. There wasn't a support around to cleanse her, and I don't think she... It's not like she has iron skin or anything. Might be some talent she has? She's changed so much recently. Yeah, there we go. Okay, her Will of the Forsaken, her level 13 talent, so... Hey, I just learned something. But that is a couple more picks for Red Star. And this is this is looking pretty in their favor thus far. So yeah, we did see this bottom fountain go down. Well done by Red Star. But this bottom lane it's going to be very difficult for Team Royalty to hold on to this shrine. Not only do they not have the well, but this fort is in danger of going down. So it's going to be they're going to have a long way to go to get to safety in the bottom lane. In fact, they're making a big play here to finish off that fort, and it is going to go down. So Team Royalty, I think fairly wisely deciding not to contest the bottom shrine. I think it would be very difficult to secure that, but we actually see a 4-on-1. Verlust doing a great job of holding on the shrine with Illidan. manages to, he gives his life for the Dragon Knight. He hangs on just long enough for, I believe, the warrior, Johanna, Surreal, to secure the Dragon Knight. So, well done by them. This middle fountain is going to go down, further hurting Team Royalty's ability to sustain these fights. Fortunately, Devouring Maw not going to connect with anyone, and Divine Shield is going to get Zagara out of there safely. But this dragon is really hurting, and I believe Mighty Gust, even though it has like almost no cooldown, there's still some cooldown to it, so it's not quite ready. It's ready to go now. But unfortunately, that being down, Falstad was unable to gust the enemy team away and keep the dragon upright for a little longer. But they still did get some work done. About half that fort. They got the fountain. And they prevented Team Royalty from getting any work done. And plus, Illidan was split soaking, so they use a dragon. They got a level 16 talent tier advantage, so they're in a pretty commanding lead this game. But Turd Ferguson trying to make a strong play on this camp, and they might be able to do it. It is a 5-on-4. Zagara goes down. So they managed to get the pick. They managed to get 2 picks. This was an extremely strong invade. Verlust in danger of going down. Well, I think that was very good on the part of Team Royalty. I think they recognized that Johanna was not with the team. I think she was showing elsewhere on the map, and they decided that, guys, we can do this. We can make an invasion on their siege camp, and big play by them. That really got them right back into this. They secure the bottom fountain, and it's looking like they're going to take this fort, too. Mighty Gust, it's actually up. They could gust the team away, but they're electing to just let that fort fall. I think they realize that there's probably nothing they can do to save it, even if they did gust. But we do see this bottom bruiser camp being picked up by Team Royalty. Now, we might have an invade of their own going on the side of... okay. Well, they tried. Unfortunately, Johanna not able to get on the cap point just in time, but blue team unable to pick it up. But Surreal in a lot of trouble. He ends up falling. Deathbone might be in some trouble too. Yeah, Uther ends up falling. So far a 2-for-0 trade. Unfortunately, someone has paused the game. Wolf has paused the game. I'm going to find out what is going on with that. So I will... Let's see. Oh, someone disconnected. Yeah. Azure Zataku has disconnected, so... I was thinking I could, like, tab over to the lobby, but the game is everything, so... You guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing, so... But yeah, you know, I think had the blue team maybe been a little bit quicker in getting onto the cap point of that bottom shrine, maybe they could have taken it. I feel like they were probably in a bit healthier of a position considering a couple of them had just died, so we know they're coming back at full health, full mana. But it seemed like they didn't quite cap that, get onto the cap point, and because the camp was picked up by Team Royalty, they're kind of in a bit of a tough spot. It's like, oh well, do we keep fighting? Do we have anything to fight for? Do we back out? Yeah. I think we're ready. Oh, do I have to do that? Okay. There we go. But unfortunately, Falstad is going to fall as well. Ghost Uther going to be unable to keep him up. So that is a 3-for-0 trade by Team Royalty. So there's been a gigantic momentum swing, and it all started with the invasion of that camp right there. You know what? I just realized these larger numbers. I thought that was just something for television on Heroes of the Dorm, but it looks like that's for observers too. So that's interesting. But it is looking like we might see the first Dragon Knight of the game go over to Team Royalty. Yeah. So it looks like Wolf was going out there trying to contest it, but fortunately he is going to get picked off. And the Gust unfortunately does not hit Harvester, and he's able to channel the Dragon Knight, but it was a good try, it was a good attempt. It's looking like they are targeting the bottom keep, which is a very smart play. I think generally if you can take the bottom keep, that is the one to take. That's the lane that the mercenary camps will push in. But Surreal gets but a very clutch Divine Shield goes down by Uther, saves Johanna, who is in a great deal of trouble. Got hit by that Ring of Frost, and without level 20, she did not have her Indestructible, so she was in a lot of trouble. So a great save there by Uther. But the bottom keep does fall, which means that any of these bottom three mercenary camps are going to push directly on the core. But it's kind of funny. We did see the first keep of the game go down for for the blue team, and then their middle fort and top fort are still intact. So you can tell that Team Royalty they know exactly what they want. They know exactly what they want to go after. Very focused. Turd Ferguson in a bit of trouble. Not sure if he has Avatar up. Yeah, Avatar is on cooldown, so he's awfully deep out there. Maybe he can Dwarf Toss out? No. But the Ancestral Healing goes down, not on himself because he can't, but it goes down on Sylvanas, but ultimately it might be in vain. So, possibly a bit of an overextension by Team Royalty. And we do see them pay dearly for it. They lose 3 of their members. They're going to lose this middle fort. Nothing they can do about that. And with the death timers being as long as they are, I would expect them to lose far more than that. Possibly a keep. Yeah, I'm not sure Harvester and Baby Jesus can do much to defend against this keep being taken. So the Dragon Knight for Team Royalty, they took a fort and a keep, but unfortunately because they overextended, they're going to lose that as well. They have also lost the fort and a keep, so now Morden is up. Rhaegar will be back up shortly, so blue team using the time they have left to. Their period of advantage that they have left to quickly grab the mercenary camps, the bruiser camp of the blue team, or sorry, of the red team. But Falstad using his global mobility to go and grab their siege camp real quick. And we see the red team go pick up their siege giants quickly before the shrines pop up. Not much else they can do at the moment. They could maybe think about taking this bottom bruiser camp, but there is some risk that that those on the blue team might be there. But they don't know that. They're not showing anywhere on the map. Well, until now. Now I believe they can see Illidan. So, as a result, they're deciding that this is safe. We can safely go down here. We know they're not there. But it was very smart of them to wait until Illidan and the others showed themselves before going and taking the camp. And of course these bruisers and these siege giants here, they're going to push directly on the core thanks to that bottom keep going down, but here we go. Johanna engaging with Condemn. Mighty Gust goes down, and Davari Maw, between Davari Maw and the Mighty Gust, Murden is completely isolated, but he does have Avatar up. Zagara gets hit by a Ring of Frost, but unfortunately Illidan ends up falling. So far this is a 1-for-0 exchange. Johanna, she does have her Indestructible, but not sure she has much else. So Johanna ends up falling, so this is a 2-for-0 trade, and I believe Team Royalty has their sights set on the dragon and possibly ending the game. Yeah, unless, ooh. Falstad flying up there to contest the shrine. Looks like he got up there just in time to stop it from being fully capped, but fortunately he does have Murden up there to contend with. Falstad is going to fall, and I think that is going to be game. Bottom shrine not being capped. We're going to see who is that? Illidan? Yeah, Illidan's going to be up. By the time the dragon gets there, but this is still going to be a 5-on-3 push with the dragon and an exposed core. Johanna will be up by the time the dragon gets here, but this is definitely a rough spot. Okay, so red team focused on the core. So yeah, Sylvanas falls, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No, it is not going to be enough. The dragon is just has a sight set on the core and is going to take it. So wow, that was a good game. The early game definitely belonged to the blue team, but starting with the invasion of that camp, just that really aggressive, bold shot calling by the red team, by Team Royalty, that really turned the tides. We did see a couple momentum changes beyond that point, but it was just a very strong play that really got them back into the game and ultimately got the momentum going in their favor. And once they got the ball rolling, they didn't have control of the match 100% of the time from that point, but it was enough that they were able to get some critical structures down and just really swing the tides in their favor, and they ended up taking that. But yeah, that was a really good game. I would expect. I think both of these teams are good. I think they could place into Division 1 or 2 at least, maybe Pro. I don't know. But the MMRs of both of these teams are very high. There's definitely very strong players on both teams. I would expect them to both place very high. Not exactly sure how the placement works. I'm not sure if it's like you apply to place in a particular division. Not totally sure. But I wish both of these teams the best of luck in the future, and hope to see much more of them around here in Season 2 of Chair League. So that's going to do it for this match. I have another one coming up shortly here. Let's see. I don't have the... I have to look up the time here real quick. Yeah, I have another match at 8:30 Pacific, so in about 20 minutes here, between Young Professionals and the Noob Factor, so I will be back here in about 10 minutes to get the stream all up and running again. But this match, I'm going to set up a YouTube channel for my casts and Chair League and everything, so you should be able to find this up there soon as the first video, where I know I stammered a whole bunch in the very beginning, but it's got to shake that rust off. Anyway, well, I hope to see you guys again in about 10-20 minutes here. Stick around. Thanks.